Good morning. Welcome to Downtown Yoga 31-day challenge. I'm Monica Copeland, and I'm just going to work you through a couple seated stretches for the legs. A little bit of hip openers. So we'll go ahead and get started. So starting seated position, hands palms pressing in, hands at heart center. Just taking a few moments here to kind of settle in. Taking a few deep breaths through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. Allowing the eyes to open. We'll start in forward fold. So if you have really tight hamstrings, there are a couple modifications for you. Sitting on a block, so even if it's sitting in a staff position, Dandasana is difficult for you to keep a straight spine, shoulders back, down, shoulder blades down the back. You can take a block or a blanket and place it underneath to sit on to allow yourself a little bit more space here to get into this pose. So I'll give you a little bit of time to do that. So go ahead and you can fold a blanket or again choose a block. So really taking a second here to press the palms next to the hips. Really press the palms and lift the chest up. Trying to keep a neutral spine. So, turn this way so you can see. So curving through the back, rounding back onto the tailbone will hinder you a little bit from getting into this nice hamstring stretch. So press into the palms, and you can use your blocks if you need to, if it's difficult to get your hands down on the mat. Again, those tight hamstrings, even holding this pose can be quite a bit of work. So again, taking a few moments here, lifting on the inhale, rounding in the sit bones on the exhale. I've got a lot of people tell me, oh, I can't do yoga, I'm not flexible. Yoga's not for me, I'm really not flexible or not flexible enough. So I find it curious because what brings me to my mat on some days is the fact that I'm not very flexible either, but I would like to try to become more flexible. And so by stretching, I have found that I am becoming a little bit more flexible. So if you're not flexible, yoga's for you. And if you are flexible, yoga's for you too. So let's go ahead, take an inhale, lift the hands up towards the ceiling, stretching, shoulder blades down. Take a big inhale, and then the exhale, begin to forward fold. Reaching the chest and the hands out past your feet, towards your feet. And then say this is as far as you can fold. Allow the hands to drop wherever they are. Maybe it's the shins, the thighs, the knees, wherever you are today, wherever your hamstrings allow you to go. Shoulder blades up and back. And then begin to bring the chest forward. The chin out towards your toes. You're there, settled in. You can drop the head so that it's a nice alignment through the back. Just stay here for as long as you can. You can hold it for 10 breaths. And try to maintain this straight back and rounding through the back. You might get a little bit further, but it really takes you out of the pose. And if you're flexible and you're able to bring the hands to the toes, the feet, just use that. Use that connection. The hands to pull you a little bit further down. And settle in. Just maybe 5 more breaths here. Up. Let's take our feet 90 degrees down, or as wide as you can take them. If that's a little bit too much for you, or if you can get them a little wider, just go where your body allows you to go. Just really honoring the body, making sure that we're not injuring ourselves or pushing ourselves past a point where you might pull something. So grounded through the heels, your knees or your toes are facing up towards the ceiling. Again, you want to have a nice straight spine. You're on your sit bones. Again, block is for you if this is a lot. Just roll up a blanket, find the block. Lift that heart up on the inhale. Arms reaching, and then exhale. Reach the heart forward, reach the hands forward. And then when you have folded as far as you can, just release the hands, and you can drop the gaze. You can stay right here if you're able to reach the feet, and come a little bit further down. Dropping the chest towards the mat. Take the hands around the outside of the feet if that's available to you, or even the peace fingers. Some of you might be really flexible and you might be able to get your chest on the mat. And that's awesome if you can. Still working on it. There you go. Let's come up. And we'll slide our feet together. So some of you might know this as butterfly pose or cobbler's pose or Baddha Konasana. So take the outsides of your feet and place the outsides of your feet, press them in together. Pull the heels as close as you can towards the pelvic, the pelvis area, the pubic bone. So pull that in, and then take your thumbs, reach in between the feet and a little beady part that's underneath the big toe. See if you can pull that. You'll notice my hips open a little bit further. So pull that away, almost like you are staring at the soles of your feet. So again, we're going to inhale and lift the chest, and then we're going to begin to forward fold over the feet, trying to keep them as open as we can. Now, this is a really intense stretch. So if you are only coming maybe 5 degrees and that's as far as you can go, that's perfectly fine. Just stay right there. Try to release the knees down towards the mat. Or if you can come a little bit further, come in, keep those elbows tucked in. And keeping the feet open. And the chest is reaching maybe a few inches past your toes. So it's not about bringing your head down. You can see as I drop my head, I begin to round through the back, which again really takes you out of the pose and doesn't allow you to stretch the parts that really we're trying to get at with this pose. So we're bringing that chest towards the feet, and then you can drop the head, and you can stay right there. Ultimately, the goal is to bring the chest down to the feet. Opening the soles of the feet. And coming down. And then inhale back up. We're going to come down on our mat for just one hip opener. So you can roll back down on the mat. Slide the soles of your feet up, maybe 90 degrees. Pressing into the palms. Allow the left leg to open. The left knee drops down towards your mat. And then bring that left ankle over the right thigh. So it looks like a number 4 here. You're going to reach the left hand between this little triangle you've created. And inhale, and you're going to bring that right thigh towards the chest to reach between the legs here with the left hand. And then wrap around and grab the right thigh and interlace the fingers. And keep that left knee floating open. And pull the right thigh towards the chest. Now this, again, this is a big hip opener. So if this is difficult for you to reach between and grab, and you're not able to reach between, you can stay right here. Put the right sole of the foot on and just allow that left leg to open. And that's a really good stretch too. Or again, you can take your block and you can place your block under the right thigh to pull that leg up. You can stay right there. You'll build flexibility as you continue your practice. If you're able to reach around, go ahead and do that. Pulling in that thigh, opening that left leg. I like to sometimes just give myself a little bit of help here with that left leg moving away from my body. So go ahead and release that. Keep the legs up. This is a wonderful stretch for the hips. So you're going to rotate and drop that left foot towards the right side of your mat. You're going to come into a number 4 twist. Stay right here and then shift your gaze away from the knees. And have that left knee opening towards the ceiling. Maybe take your right hand on top of that left foot and pull it in a little bit more. So you're getting a big stretch on the left side of your body. And inhale those feet back to center and drop down. And we'll do the right side. So allow the right knee to drop open, bring the right ankle over that left thigh. Again, staying here, using your block or inhaling, reaching between that triangle that you've created. Taking a moment here to just be feeling to this side. It's also really, feels really nice if you need to, or if you're feeling like you can rock back and forth. Or you can just stay where you are. Pulling that left thigh towards the chest and having the right knee move away from the body. Opening, finding more space, and then dropping over, allowing that right foot to drop down. Grabbing onto the right foot with the left hand. And then twisting or shifting your gaze away from the knee. And if this is really hard for you to get into, use your blocks underneath your knee to give you some support. It's a very intense stretch. It just feels so lovely though. Let's inhale back to center, release the feet. And then slide the feet out. And take a few minutes here in Shavasana, observing all the stretching that you did.